Should I feel guilty for not being poor? Does my lack of a struggle take away from my success? I didn't start with a small loan of $1 million, but I did grow up with certain advantages over others. I had both parents. We didn't live paycheck to paycheck. I didn't have to wait for Christmas to get the things I wanted. But what we lacked most was perspective. Rich people like making money almost as much as they like showing it off. And that means maintaining the image. Growing up, I was given 3 options. Be a doctor, be a lawyer, or be a disappointment. And while good intention, those pressures has stuck with me, still do to this day. While they might have been good at like pushing me to do shit, pushing me to do better, these pressures crippled me. Because every time I did something, I always asked myself, was it the best? And if it wasn't, was it even worth it? And when you're living that all or nothing lifestyle, you ignore your small wins. There is a middle ground. Something can be successful without being the best. A lot of my life has been chasing somebody's ideal vision of happiness, but not mine. Because I knew from the moment, from the beginning of grade 9, that I would not enjoy being a doctor. But I was going to try it anyways. I was going to do it because that's what they wanted from me. Having such a big family, having such a big name is a great experience because you get to be exposed to so many people. But when those people are afraid to even associate with people from a different class, you have to ask yourself, what is lacking from their life? What is lacking from these people's lives that they have nothing to offer to myself? As if there isn't worse things than being poor. Like, I don't know, being an alcoholic, being a shitty parent, not having an open relationship with your kids. I can't blame my family because they grew up with different ideals. I can't question their ideals before I pass them on to the next generation. While there are lovely lessons, such as try your hardest, strive to make people proud, do things that you can share with your family, so many of these ideals have suppressed my originality, suppressed my creativity, suppressed my desires to be myself, to be like myself. Because every time I did something artistic, I would look at myself and say, why the fuck do I enjoy this? Why can't I just be normal? Why can't I like the things that other people like? Why does everything I do have to be so goddamn bright? As if that's a bad thing. As if being unique is something that can be tolerated, but not promoted. Tradition is just an excuse for people to hide their fear of change. It's easy to say, this is the way things are done, because this is how they've always been done. As opposed to questioning our actions. Maybe we're doing things wrong. It's easier to say, this is how things are done, because this is the way they've always been done. As opposed to, why the fuck are we doing this? Does this make sense right now? Maybe it made sense back in the day, but doesn't make sense now. Everybody thinks that having money, have it all figured it out, solve all your problems. But money just gives you more shit to lose. If you're $5 short and I have to spot you, I'm not gonna ask you for that $5 next week. Because if you're my friend, that $5 will be reciprocated eventually. For me to keep tabs, to keep my finances in order, is superficial. Should I feel guilty for not being poor? Does my lack of a struggle take away from my success? I've always had money. It was never an issue. What I lacked was freedom. And I've been trying to find it, understand it, feel it, to know what it's like to make a decision without thinking about the repercussions, to do something without worrying what other people are gonna think.